looks like we are in volume. Alright, so in last stream, we went into the grove and we got defeated, kind of, some black weird swordsmen and rescued Anaxagoras and brought him back here. And then Mighty, was trying to figure out. Hey there, Blood Archer. Haha. So, I didn't do it on stream, but I did get the gremlin. So we're good there. Not at all built up yet, or at least tiny bits of it are. And last it happened on stream, we went into the grove, which is kind of the academia of Amphorius. We got out a guy, fought some dudes. The grove is having trouble, and Mighty is kind of a little bit anxious about his future. Tribbie? Yeah, she's pretty old. There's some story spoilers about that, so maybe time flows confusingly for her. Maybe. So now we're trying to look at the past and find out more about the past for Mighty so he can make his decision, I think. And we're gonna be using the help of Mime or whatever
Use the spindle to connect everyone.
to go to the past.
There will be an amazing captain on that big ship. She's cheerful, optimistic, bold, and
We are
cautious.
in the
She'll be
second
able to
half
get
of the
everyone
patch,
together.
I guess.
Wow, that's amazing! Can I be the captain?
Of course you can. But you'll find someone else who's better for the job, my dear. I think that person lives in a beautiful temple that sits atop a hillside, covered in golden fig trees. There's a noble girl there who's very smart, but also very delicate.
Yeah, 3.0 had a long story. I remember that stream.
Just like Mama?
Just like Mama?
Perhaps. But before we find the captain, the ship also needs someone who can navigate it. Who could that be?
Oh.
What? I know! She's Tribbie! I named this doll after myself? I don't remember it all. Is this a dream or something that happened in the past?
I also set up a kick stream, so if something happens to Twitch, hopefully people can still follow me on Kick and watch my streams there.
I used to sit here.
Too many
and listen
stories
to
of how
Mama
Twitch
tell
cannot be
story.
trusted.
Oh, how I wish to see you again, Mama. Fetch! Huh? Why is this doll inside a chest? It's holding a sword.
Many years later, many brave warriors will board this ship. They're skilled combatants who fear no danger.
Ooh, I can learn how to fight too and protect everybody!
Yay!
Silly girl, you're Yanisopoulos' holy maiden. It's not your duty to fight. There will be many others to protect you.
Alright. Then where will they come from?
They will come from the future.
I believe one warrior hails from a lovely village where bulrushes flourish, while another comes from a magnificent royal city. Though each has their own troubles, both are ready to lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
In that case, let Trianne fight by their side. This way, they'll always stay on course. How could I have known the name Trianne back then? Was it just a coincidence? Or... learning can...
When navigating at sea, you need to know both astronomy and geography.
Isn't Yanis's knowledge enough?
Oh, sweetie. The ocean isn't like the land. It's easy to get lost. That's why it's important to learn to recognize the miracle of Aquila.
Sky type.
Alright. Even though my brain is already super duper smart, I'll still try my very...
Circes also favors children who try their best. They will send a wise scholar as everyone's teacher to help you reach your dreams.
Yay.
I want to be a teacher too! Oh, wait. I'm super duper smart. So I want to be the teacher's teacher.
Why not? But if you're going to be a teacher, you might need to tone down that hyper energy of yours.
Then Trinan can do it. She's well behaved and would make a great teacher. Mama and the others always said that I had a great memory. But now, I can't even tell if this is a memory or a dream.
Come, let's line them up. Now, Tribbios, set them on this music box and let them compose a melody for our song.
Music box? What's that?
Sweetheart, are you still groggy from your nap? You invented it.
I invented it? What does it do?
Oh, my lovely Tribbie. You're usually so bright. What's gotten into you today? Well, you might as well see for yourself. Put your good friends on it and see the wonders it can do.
Put the dolls on.
Face the dolls.
It's rotating. and I can hear something.
They each have an item?
That's right. It's a music box. If you place the dolls in the right spots, it will start rotating and play beautiful music. Out of all your inventions, this one is my favorite.
I don't remember.
It's all right, my child. I'll sing along to the tune, and it will help jog your memories. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raised their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided calamity's gate. They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Thus you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? O great Kephale, all-knowing Father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall. With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden blood spills unto the land, converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic heirs of this world.
Okay. All of that seemed like a song. Flashback? What's going on?
Oh, Yanis, please lend me your ears. In the black mist, as death and fate draw close. On the bloodied earth, the living dead, but ghosts. What is this world? It mirrors your maze-like fate. What is this world? A silent lament without a trace. What is the past? Wandering ghosts that linger. What is the future? Souls scattered by fate's finger. What is the start? A voyage born in solitude. What is the end? The spirit, lonely and subdued. lonely and subdued, and subdued, and subdued, 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 subdued.
Okay. Like a music video.
Trinan! Mama, what's going on?
Hurry, run! Trinos, run! The black tide has arrived.
Where can I go?
They're multiplying? I did this. When I named the stream The Trouble with Tribbies, I did this. They would multiply because of me.
What's this? Why? Why are there dolls everywhere?
This is the sacrifice of a holy maiden. You won't make it to the end. Only one person can.
I know. It's fine if we can't reach the end. Our minds are made up.
Go. Bid your farewells, Tribbie. Time is running out.
Mama, are you going to leave me?
My sweet girl. I will never leave you. But remember this, Tribbios. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Since your mind is made up, then traverse the black tide and dispel the fog for Amphorius. I shall see you tomorrow, my dearest Tribbios.
Are we still in a dream?
Did you have a nightmare?
Maybe. But it's been a long time since we had any dreams.
It's not yet the entry hour. You still have plenty of time to rest.
No. Our heart is still racing.
It must be that reckless Kremnoan soldier who startled Trinan. And you as well. If you want, I can pierce through his chest with the golden thread right now.
Aggie, cut it out with the scary talk.
I'm just kidding. If I were serious, I wouldn't have waited until now.
She's very scary.
Do you want to talk about the dream? Keeping it bottled up is not good for your health.
We had a dream about Mama. The dream itself was nothing. It's just the timing that feels a bit unsettling.
You mean...
It's Trian. Even if we refrain from ever using the power of the Century Gate again, her soul continues to slowly drift away from her body. There isn't much time left.
Perhaps it wouldn't be such a bad idea to let her relinquish her role as the gatekeeper and live out her days as a carefree child.
You have a point, Aggie, but our decision has already been made on that matter.
I believe there's still another way.
Souls will be spent until they dissolve into dust. Such is our fate. Once we had a whole and connected body. If that body were a tree, then its trunk and branches would share the same fate, decaying at the same pace. Now, we are fragmented into numerous selves. Despite the absence of a trunk, we are offered another possibility. We can choose how our branches will perish in a way that is most beneficial to the flame chase journey.
Compared with saying farewell to one person, watching many fade away before me is even more sorrowful.
but advancing is the destined end of Yanis's trial. There's no retreat in our path. Don't feel sad about saying goodbye to us. We've already agreed on this, right?
Hey there, Tail Splash. So, I wasn't able to get her last night, but I got her today. New character, Tribbie.
It won't be long
She's
before
a
I
support
forget
character.
what sorrow tastes like.
Helps out several of my teams.
So, what would you like for breakfast, Aggie?
What? Where did that come from?
After all this talking, we are feeling a bit hungry. Plus, it's nearly the entry hour now. Do you remember when we first met, Aggie? You were still a little
Tribbie
one.
is a whole
and we
lot
caught you
cooler than
secretly
Paimon,
eating
Tail
oatmeal
Splash.
late at
You
night.
take that back. Though, I do recognize Paimon as emergency food. Boy,
While
that's
my
a joke
emotions
that
might
they've
be
long
fading,
forgotten.
those memories are still as vivid as ever, teacher. Please, let me do it. What would you like to eat?
It's fine. Leave it to us. You should rest for now. It won't take long, and we'll call you when it's done.
In that case, thank you.
And see you tomorrow, Aggie. Nevertheless, that nightmare is ominous. Memories are slipping away. Even the image of Mama. Just as expected, another trip must be made into the abyss of fate. Hopefully Orynyx will be willing to help us.
At the same time, somewhere in Akama.
Long time no see, Professor Anaxa.
Who are you?
It's been a while. I'm the one who once overthrew the entire classroom in that spiritual physics lecture.
Oh, it's you.
No way. Do you really still remember that, Professor?
I remember that glib tongue of yours. What brings you here?
This guy isn't
Surely
having
you're
any
not
of
here
it.
to reminisce.
You could tell.
Of course. You only beat around the bush when you have a hidden agenda.
That's not true. I'm here to seek enlightenment, as always. Could you please teach me everything you know about the black-robed swordmaster?
Rumors sure travel fast. Unfortunately, I too know nothing about it. I can only tell you that it is clad in a black robe and wields a greatsword. At least, it looks like a greatsword. It's shaped like a twisted half-sun, and a
Okay.
peculiar dagger resembling a crescent moon. By the way, take this with you. I got it from the sneak attack. It's yours now.
I was right. It is this thing. The one who torched Aedes Elysiae to the ground. And killed everyone.
Don't try to be a hero. No one in Akama stands a chance against that thing right now.
Is that what the Titan said as well?
Not at first. But the god relented after having had a taste of its power. Even with the god possessing me, I couldn't fight against that blade. That incredible power doesn't seem to be granted by any Titan.
Are you suggesting that it originates from beyond Emphorius?
It's possible. Much like the Black Tide, no?
Nonetheless, it's an enemy we must overcome.
We? Drop the pipe dream, Phynon. No one wants to see you fall by their blade.
His mere presence will endanger the Holy City and the Flame Chase.
You know that I don't believe.
You don't believe in the so-called prophecy, I know. However, I'm here to seek your assistance, not at the request of Aglaya or Tribbie. I just want to eliminate a threat to the city I pledged to protect. That's all. The tragedy at the Grove must never happen again.
Take a seat. Since you are sincerely seeking enlightenment, I suppose I can tell you one more thing.
Oh? Soon after, in the abyss of fate.
What's wrong, Trian? Nothing. Just remembering what happened at the grove. The monster in the black cloak. So scary. Everyone in danger. Nightmare. I can't forget. Don't be scared. There are no bad guys here. Didn't you save everyone with the Century Gate, Trian? Trian threw it away. Far, far away. It's never coming back. We got back safe from the grove because of you, Trian. You're the reason the Flame Chase journey can continue.
So see, Tail Splash, look at this. That's Tribbie. That's Trian. And that's the other tree girl. There's 3 of them, not one like Paimon. Also, they don't...
Sorry.
They do...
Trian feels
They do refer to themselves in the third person, though, a lot.
dizzy. For the same thing, of course. Remember?
But they also use actual
Tomorrow,
pronouns.
we will reveal the prophecies
Plural ones,
past to
specifically,
everyone.
which is very different from Paimon.
First, we need to restore the memories that have been blurred by the fragmentation. We hope to present the full truth to everyone, without hiding anything. Since Yanis caused the fragmentation, we can only turn to another Titan, Orynyx, for help. Also, remember to get breakfast ready for Aggie before the Lucid Hour tomorrow. Oh, yes! Trian remembers now. Oh, on that note, we had better prepare some saffron before we meet with the Titan. Saffron? Huh, it's an essential offering for rituals in the Temple of the Three Fates. You think we shouldn't go to Orynyx empty-handed? Yes, it's also a symbol of Yanisopolis. If we are to replicate memories, we need to use something that has experienced those days.
So every time they use their ultra special ability, which we do not use when we have them as characters in our battle, they lose a little bit of themselves and come a little bit closer to death.
And when
And
we first
one
met
of
Aggie,
the 3
we added that
is
to the
in
porridge we
much
made
more
for her,
danger now,
and she really
because
loved
they
it.
used the gate a lot in the previous patch.
I see. It's like killing
So
3
now they're
birds
worried
with
about
one
her
stone.
and are thinking about other ways of using their abilities so that she doesn't have to, like, die before the other 2.
But it all depends on whether Orynyx is willing to help us. This could be a problem. After all, it was us who took the core flame from Yanis, from Orynyx's kin. We will have to give it a try. If there's truly no other way... In our current state, we probably can't do anything to them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Leave it to Trian. Trian knows how to play cute. In any case, let's look for saffron first. I hope there's still some left in the temple, untouched by Nikador's soldiers. I remember that aged saffron is preserved in sealed jars. Let's be on the lookout as we go.
I do like saffron as a spice. Not sure why they're making a big deal out of it. Usually used in yellow rice, or as my recipes go.
Turn back, teacher.
What? Aggie? Oh, it's an illusion. Wow, this room is huge. Trinan, did you? Yeah, I saw it. Was that a warning from Orynyx? What are you two whispering about? Tribbie? Trinan? Trian can't even hear our own telecommunication. Well, never mind. Trian suddenly feels like this place is quite familiar.
Oh?
Oh, there's a whiff of safari in this room. It's right over there.
They're looking for Saffron, not Safari.
Over here. Follow Trian. Trian, slow down.
Even if separation is our fate, a futile death is not the solution.
What? This is getting wild.
I summon thee.
Mighty just pops up
Stir
there.
ripples of past
With music.
memory. Something's appeared. Wait, we should read it first.
Saffron's secret recipes. To Mr. Wincombe. For many years, Janisopoulos relied on the rose myrtle to obtain the boon of the gods. We have spent 5 or 6 years now digging out its roots and cutting back its branches. Now this red tree is on the verges of collapse and has long since ceased to serve its purpose. Yet it still seeks to spread out its canopy and eclipse Janisopoulos from the glorious rays. We have a secret plan to fell this tree. We just need to wait for the ceremony to make a small move, and the rose myrtle will swoop and fall into the abyss. Janisopoulos is built on a mountainside. There are more than a few cases of people who have lost their footing in its history. As for the next sacred tree, we were planning on selecting another puppet. As for the rose myrtle's daughter, Tribbios, we'll call her Saffron for now. In my eyes, I think it would be fine to just find an excuse to off Saffron. However, Codex the Acolyte is extremely insistent on raising her to become the next sacred tree. She has undergone related education since she was a young girl, which would save a lot of work on our part. As for her identity as the daughter of the Rose Myrtle, she is still young and has not yet grown wings. If we can just keep her grounded, the power of the Divine Oracle will remain tightly in our grasp. We both know that the saffron's most outstanding property is that it can be cooked in so many ways. Put in porridge, stewed, or fried, no matter how you cook it, that plant will always be a delicacy. Okay?
Wait, this is a letter? It mentions something about saffron and Tribbios? Isn't that name? Never mind that for now. Why is this letter here? And how did Trian sense it? Could it be our lost memories? Is it possible that we were already noticed by Orynyx and entered their trial? But why haven't they said a word? Orynyx has the whims of a child. Perhaps they're toying with us on purpose. Come on, this isn't the right time to be playing games.
Separation and death, reconciliation doesn't come easily for a
And now we see Castoris.
Are these visions? Tribbie! Trinan! Look what I found! Is this the safari?
Okay.
Coming! We'll take a look. But Trian, there's nothing in here. What? It was right in the stolium. Huh? There's really nothing here. That can't be! I swear I saw it! I swear! Trian is telling the truth. It was right there. Where did it go? Trinan, Tribbie, why aren't you saying anything? Trian can't seem to hear you at all. We were just lost in our thoughts. Don't worry, Trian. What you saw was likely, Yana's hair. We must have startled it away. Okay. Could Orynyx be trying to make us falter? But why would they do that? Something feels off. Tribbie, don't you think this temple is a little too quiet? What do you mean? It might just be an illusion. But Trinan wonders, is Orynyx really putting us through a trial?
Okay. Maybe. Ooh, that's big. So I have to open this in the other space-time.
Still no luck finding any safari. I suppose we can do without it. Let's try to convince Orynyx. At least they didn't toss us out straight away. Whoa! Tribbie, Trinan, look at this! So cool!
Tons of Tribbies everywhere.
It's really quiet in here. Do all Titans live in dark places like this? What's going on? Orynyx disappeared.
Not long
Are
ago
you
in
saying
Akama.
that the black-robed swordmaster is not just tied to the Black Tide, but is also hunting for core flames everywhere?
This is the most plausible possibility. First, it has a vessel that can hold core flames. Second, I'm one of its targets.
Okay.
Let's start with the first premise. Its peculiar ceremonial blade can interact with a core flame, as evidenced by the pull I felt when it stabbed into my chest. I hypothesize that the blade can sense, absorb, or even retain core flames. The second premise is even more explicit. When it was engaged in fierce battle with many of us and was heavily distracted, it remained consistently focused on me. Or rather, on the Titan Ceres inside me.
So it's plundering the flames. But if your argument holds up, wouldn't he be headed to Akama soon? The vortex of Genesis is full of the Titan's core flames.
Not necessarily. Let's call that person the Flame Reaver for now. If my presumption holds, that person has 3 targets. The first target is me. The second target is Orynyx, who hasn't yet fallen. And the third is Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis, where the core flames are housed. But I suspect Akuma won't be their first target. Kefali's core flame is guarded by the Council of Elders' arcane power. And Fagusa's water curtain should be able to block out any external perceptions.
What about Thanatos and Aquila? Their core flames are yet to be restored?
The whereabouts of Thanatos remain a mystery to all. As for Aquila, can you fly?
No, I can't. Why are you asking that?
Can that Swordmaster fly?
Good point. But what if he does grow wings?
If they had wings, I wouldn't have made it out of the grove alive.
That's a relief. Anyway, since the Flame Reaver has 2 targets, we need to move fast.
With the distances between Akuma, the grove, and these potential targets, I believe we should bolster our defenses and...
Bad news, Fanon. Tribbie is missing. The last time the 3 of them were seen was in the Abyss of Fate.
Orynyx! Are you in here? No response at all. Did they foresee that we were coming and hide in the fog, or... Tribbie, we should leave. This temple has other people in it. What? Oh. Listen, footsteps. Fast ones. 3 or 4 people coming this way. Come on, we need to hide. Whoever they are, we can't let them see us. Tribbie, Trinan, come check this out. What's this? Trian feels like it's so familiar.
The Dark Cloak. The Black Swordsman.
Tribbie? See you tomorrow.
Sometime later in Abyss of Fate.
Where am I? Little gray, snowy, and wait, where's Trian? Is she back?
We only saw the 2 of you collapsed on the side of the road when we arrived.
Danny and I looked around, but we couldn't find any traces of Lady Trian.
What about the black-robed swordmaster?
Blast it! Of course it's him. We were still too late. I fear something bad has happened to Orynyx's core flame.
Then Lady Trian...
She doesn't have much divine power left. We can barely sense anything.
We need to go after that black-robed swordsmaster. Trian, I have a bad feeling about this.
That you're both safe is already a blessing. Everyone, we must take action now. We should split into 2 groups. One group will stay in the Abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements, then search for Trian's whereabouts. The other group will come with me to pursue the black-robed swordmaster and recover the core flame.
Do you know where it's headed?
I didn't get to tell you this before, but Anaxa and I already have our misgivings about the Black Tide, so we've made preparations. I'll tell you the details as we move. Opportunities are fleeting on the battlefield. We should hurry.
Lord Finan! Lady Tribbie and Lady Treenan. I'm glad you're all right.
Did Aglaya's people get here?
Yes. Lady Aglaya already knows about the situation and sent along a message. Finan, I understand that Swordmaster is of great importance to you. But if you charge in without a plan, I fear that you won't be the only one who dies in vain.
I understand. Hatred is a hero's deadliest poison. I have no intention of fighting alone. If that Swordmaster really is related to the Black Tide, the Chrysos heirs must not take them lightly. I have indeed planned to return to the Holy City and discuss the strategy with Aglaya. We'll need all the help we can get for this encirclement.
Why don't we split up as previously discussed? Hyacine and I will stay to regroup with the reinforcements. You go back to the Holy City with everyone else and tell Aglaya about your plan.
Treenan will stay in the Abyss too. That way, both sides can communicate with each other if anything happens.
Thank you, everyone. Partner, Tribbie, let's go.
He called me partner.
We're back, Aglaya.
You should have come to me first, Finan.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Alchema is currently in grave danger.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession. I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment. Finan, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
Finan recounts Anax's discovery.
This being is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Yes, just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap. Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Circe's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss, so he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side. He is the key.
I knew it. Of course it's got to be me.
We need your other companion, too.
Ma'am, do you mean me?
No, he means Dunham.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Finan, that battlefield you mentioned, is it Castrum Kremnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with his companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Kremnos' past. That will be the key to our victory. We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside. Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver in the maze of time.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Alchema. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape. It's very clever, using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
I just have to throw that black cloak guy into the past and lock them there, right? With the memory fragments, I can open a door no problem. As for the rest... well, let's just say that Chuckly Fun and I can do anything as long as we're together. That's right, we can do anything.
Yeah.
I think that there's a big problem here. Can you feel their fervent gazes? This is a big deal. We can't let everyone down.
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident.
So, if you throw them into the past, and they don't die, then they'll still be around in the present.
By the way, The Council of Elders declared a state of emergency when Tribbie went missing. Kynus and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove, and are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the Chrysos heirs have outlived their usefulness, and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with eventually. But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Casterus ahead to the Council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being. Finan, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go, and retrieve the core flame. And in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Of course. You may count on me to lead the charge.
I apologize for tasking you to spearhead the plan once again, but Akima is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
How do we make sure that plan will work?
I may not be as masterful as Trian when it comes to the Century Gate, but even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough time.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anaxa's capabilities.
Based on what I know of him, he can do it.
How do we guarantee my safety?
I'll be honest, we can't. But the Flame Reaver will have to step over my dead body if they wish to do you harm.
Whatever Mim's plan is, I'll follow. Hooray! I was so worried that you'd be mad at me.
We are grateful to you for your aid. And to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May carefully sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
Feels like we're missing someone.
You mean Mighty? He's dealing with a different problem. Don't worry, that man would never miss out on this fight.
I mean, if we're going to Castrum Kremnos, he's definitely gonna take us there.
Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos.
I knew you'd be here.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
That's right. It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain Breaker?
No.
Sounds like you've spoken with Cartonus. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller, right?
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways. Cartonus told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering, living a simple and peaceful life away from strife. But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around him.
He sounds a lot like you.
Yes. That is why he, too, faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, During one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Ladonians stationed at the foot of the mountain.
Oh?
The Ladonians were at war with their arch-enemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news. Ladonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer safe. Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news to his people. But...
Let me guess. They refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
That's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry and sad, but he didn't give up. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done?
Lead my people on a resistance, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
You can't.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what Geocles did.
Yeah.
He took the mountain dweller's store of gemstones and traded them with the Ladonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain.
Okay.
That great fire marked the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the holy city. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune. They
were hunted by Kremnoans or enslaved. Indeed, that is undeniably also part of their history. But that is Geocles for you. The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many, but historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think that is? It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy. He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ashes. And then forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
You've made up your mind, haven't you?
I'll be leaving Akuma soon to fight the great darkness of this world, and to shoulder Nikador's destiny. So, listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, and I stand opposed to the flame chase, remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot, and the only way to kill me.
You have my word.
Go now. The battlefield calls. Send that flame-thieving hyena to their death. But if you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky, and loudly call out the name of the new god.
That's the sound of an all-out war. Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise on his own. Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead.
Alright. Alright, I am going to Bathroom break. Alright. We're back. It's over here. Nothing. Maybe later.
No way. A Kremnoan? I didn't think she'd manage to send the Kremnoans to assist. Brave warrior, what's the situation on the front line?
And Ackerman? Why are you here?
What? Didn't Aglaya tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
Aglaya, that vile usurper. I spit on her name. Our king will be back soon. He'll be able to deal with you and that black robe.
A hoarse curse lodged in his throat, refusing to escape. Moments later, he convulsed, his head drooping as his spirit departed his body, drifting towards the abode of Thanatos.
The Kremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever. Did they come to fight on their own accord? Or...
I can still fight. Become king. Nikador is with us!
Oh. There's the...
No holding back. Share good fortunes.
Join the battle. Attack!
Take your positions.
Like Firefly until everything
Firefly engaged.
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
How many Trailblazer go? And... let's start burning. Break.
Step up, let's see ya.
The same one.
set to the sea, go play!
Let's seize this fine moment. Dream vanished.
Probably did too, yep.
Every victory is hard won.
Okay, oh, can't go that way.
That sound!
We're almost there.
I can't see.
Once we take back the core flame, Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate immediately. Don't stay behind. The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mighty said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield.
Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us.
He has weird belts at the end of his coat. Is he an old style Guilty Gear character?
Finally.
Mem, it's all yours.
Pent in the memories of the dead! Executioner!
You sure know how to keep a man waiting. Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed me.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade.
Fireflies
than
go.
seeking the truths of the world.
Trailblazers go. And
Dreams of a let us dance once more.
you give him the starter.
This is more than fight.
Nice like a good my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Clouds scattered.
In the mood for another beat?
Set to the sea, go
Second flame strike from Firefly.
Fine.
Firefly, take fight.
Third,
Let's seize this fine moment.
Look at his
Dream vanished.
companions.
Take your positions.
This is more set.
Number 4. Last one for this set.
No holding back. Share good fortunes. Have we met? Cloud scatter.
Return to the victory.
Like fire until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set
Again.
just right. Let the show begin!
Launching Firefly Burst, launching Harmony Trailblazer
Dreams of a
Burst,
past life.
and
Let
another
us dance
burst.
once more.
They're trying to overwhelm us with something. Split up, take them out!
Oh, what a spirited display, Deliverer.
In the mood for another beating? It ain't over.
Stay in step.
Oh, he's resistant now.
Firefly tech set to the sea, go play!
Step up,
I guess he's getting worn down.
Take your position.
Bring down his toughness bar.
Recalibrating.
No holding back. Unite our goals.
Throw another fugue buff onto Firefly.
Fight to live!
Get ready, Prof.
Alright,
Hold
that
up, but-
took out that shield. And it seems like the rest of his health with it.
At long last.
Century gate, open!
How embarrassing.
You didn't come down from the sky?
This city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door?
So he didn't
Minion of the
care
Black Tide.
about the time trick he
I,
pulled.
King of the Kremnoan Legion, will be your opponent today.
Long time no see, Mikado.
Share good fortunes.
Join the battle.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
In the mood for another beating?
Like fireflies to a flame, until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Use my burst combo again. Power
Dreams of a past life are
turn
now
Firefly's
all gone.
install. Power her up with Harmony Trailblazer. Fugue buff to
Let us
buff everyone
dance once
forward.
more.
And break some toughness.
This is more than set to the sea, go play!
Cloud scattered.
Such petty tricks.
Fight to live!
Vanity leads to self-destruction. I am but sending a dynasty to its end.
Recalibrating.
Well, fine. That was a good opener to the ceremony. Now, we honor the fallen gods with this fight to the death.
I think I'm gonna try and turn off the second stream. I don't think this computer can handle it.
It ain't over.
Dream vanished.
Take your break.
Why grant you the honor of sharing your final resting place with Kremno's departed heroes?
It's time to end this.
Flame Reaver.
strife, heed my call. I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs.
Okay.
Witness this. New God has come to Castrum Kremnos.
Look! The warriors have returned!
What? Are the rumors true? Has Ornyx fallen?
It's as the Council of Elders said. We face a dangerous threat. Yet the Chrysos heirs are only inciting more chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
They really gave the core flame of strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
What a noisy crowd.
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Ornyx is gone. Ornyx was a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition. Regardless, the Titan has fallen, and we must surrender Ornyx's core flame.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
Professor Anaxa, why don't you find someplace to rest first? Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her. Just try to stay on your best behavior, if you know what I mean.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
He and Aglaya don't get along, huh?
They have differences in ideology. All right, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the intricacies of these relationships sooner or later.
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Ornyx's core flame. So I'll be off. I have some personal matters to attend to.
It somehow feels like D has closed himself off even more after he completed his trial.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past few days. You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Tribbie. Did Trinon bring news?
Yes. She has found Trian. She was at the bottom of the valley outside the temple, but that's where the good news ends.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. They also found someone else besides Trian.
Who?
He was no better than a corpse when Trinan and Hyacinth arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height, all to free Trian's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes, it's Krateros.
Oh. Well, I guess that solves that question. Not long ago.
Stop! If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
How ludicrous. Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a single strike from me.
Better to die in battle than return even in glory. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell. But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for her?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over. Hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
And crumble like rusted iron.
Good! Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the libations and incense offered by my descendants. Come, let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king! For Amphorius!
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder of that bitter taste.
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trian lost. Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacinth. Trian has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all. Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent. It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies. What about the Kremnoan veteran? How is he doing?
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing his last. I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good... No. Let's hope that never happens.
This is already nothing short of miraculous. When we found Kratos, he was no better than a corpse.
The parting hour is upon us. Yet the golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils. Everyone, please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph. Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
Core flame of time. Guess we're gonna take this up.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nikador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
This is what trailblazing is. We've melted a real glacier before.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of history. I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Finan?
Yes. It just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
A rash decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames. For titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity, our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end. But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow. But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Is it going to be the Trailblazer?
Castrus, Mighty, and Hyacinth. Tribbie and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity, the elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power. Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Truly a dilemma.
Yeah. How about letting him give it a try?
I was saying it. Not that surprising. I've been waiting for you to say something to that friend. I'm serious. You're special to Amphorius, and we all know that. How about Orynyx? The one projected me into this world and granted me this body. Isn't Orynyx just a little titan, even more capricious than a child? Somewhere in Memorial Palace, Mighty has arranged all his affairs, ready to go home.
I see the Reaper has forsaken you too, teacher.
It simply put my life in the hands of the Twilight Courtyard. That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned, but this isn't about me, Mighty Mos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
Power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel, and my blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it. I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed. You've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos. And now, you can at last bring our people home and reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
What? What do you mean by that?
Over 2 millennia past, devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path in its conquest. Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history is sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants. The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans hold so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition, mere anthills that can be crushed with a single touch in the eyes of the Titan.
Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years with mere words?
That pride holds little significance, Krateros. Now that I've assumed the divinity of strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
No!
Convey my message to every Kremnoan. This is an order.
Do not do this, Mighty Mos. I beg you.
Our history commenced in the year 2506 of the Light Calendar, concluded in the year 4931. I, Mighty Mos, last king of Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is
my mother's signet ring? It served as a symbol of kingship, and I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Mightimos, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city you once observed with indifferent eyes. A cruel fate awaits Amphorius. No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, it crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out. One that leads to a brand new world at its end.
Why task me with being your messenger? Why not explain all this to them yourself?
Because only humans can guide the path to be trodden by humans. It's not the lot of humans who crave the power of gods and spiral into madness for it, but humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind them.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
The one who persuaded Aglaya to set me free that night. Was that you, Mighty Mos?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
I staked my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the Flame Chase journey.
And what is next, Mighty Mos? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong. To fulfill my promise. The madness that has plagued Nikador and the darkness that has consumed Amphorius. It's now my turn to fight against it. There are some people to meet with before I leave. Let's go.
Bid farewell to Aglaya. Is that? Oh. Butterfly on the wall.
Inspection complete. Nothing suspicious.
You're here, Mightimos. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akama through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time. Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, and adaptability to change. Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
And what is it?
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly, to seek your guidance. They strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals. That is precisely what every ruler of Castrum Kremnos has been missing.
I am truly honored to hear that. And now, Idamos, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
I shall see Nikador's aborted mission through to completion, and become the strongest bulwark for Amphorius to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the Flame Chase journey, until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
Idamos, a new chapter awaits Amphorius. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years, every word of that prophecy remains as vivid as ever. You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
Just as cryptic as all the other prophecies.
What's the reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offered. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, Idamos?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back.
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the Flame Chase journey in the first place.
You speak the truth. May you be destined for a powerful fate, and may we reunite in the promised new world. Farewell, mighty.
Bid farewell to Tribbie, Castorus, and the Grand Craftsman. I think they're all... Going up here. Is that my bedroom? No, that's my bedroom over there. They must all be chilling up here.
Is Lady Tribbios not here?
Lord Mighty!
Hyacinth. So you are the physician Krateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Tribbie, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
Well, I must say, it feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well. Humanity has already taken hold of strife, and one day, it will also reach the sky.
Do you really believe I can do it? Even my ancestor, that hero of legends, couldn't conquer the core flame of Aquila.
Wow.
Given your good rapport with the demigods, you should know that the path to assuming divinity is never limited to swords and spears.
You've always been so perceptive, Lord Mighty. Rest assured, if fate has truly selected me, I'll be ready. Right. You are here looking for Lady Tribbie and Lady Trina, no? They're not around at the moment. Is there a message you'd like me to pass on to them?
No need. I've already bid farewell to Aglaya. Meeting with the Oracle is simply a matter of courtesy.
You've bid farewell?
I'm heading back to Castrum Kremnos to fight against the Black Tide. In all likelihood, I will never again return to Akuma.
Oh.
On second thought, there is something that I'd like you to help me convey to them.
I'm all ears, Lord Mighty. I'll make sure to convey every single word.
Tell them that there is no longer a need to send scouts behind enemy lines. With a single message, the Lance of Fury will target anyone who dares oppose Akuma.
The other two are over here. This way? Oh, there's both ways. Ah, but the answer I seek is back here. There's Castros.
Lord Mighty.
I'll be embracing my destiny before you do, Castorus.
Can you feel Thanatos right now?
I don't feel them at all, regrettably. You have been painstakingly seeking that Titan for so long. But have you ever considered reaching out to me for help?
You mean?
Death refused to ferry me. If you were to send me to the Netherrealm, I may uncover clues along the way back.
I would never do that, Lord Mighty. Death is not a game.
You're right. That may very well be the reason why my people have struggled for millennia.
So, are you returning home alone, Lord Mighty?
Returning home, you say? Maybe. At this moment, Castrum Kremnos is not just my birthplace, but also my fated destination. Work harder, Castorus. Go and do what you have to do, so that the trials we have endured may have meaning.
I will, Lord Mighty. May we reunite on the other side, where the warm west wind blows.
okay. Ah. Grand Craftsman's over here.
The King of Kremnos, without the signet ring, but looking more like a king now.
No longer the king, Grand Craftsman.
Matters not the title. Surpassed all former kings your achievements have.
I will honor your trust and liberate the world from the clutches of fear. Nevertheless, I must request that you continue to watch over Phainon, Cartonis. I have a feeling that his fate will weigh heavier than all of ours combined.
Keep Phainon in mind, I will. Return to your home, brave Key, together with everyone. I shall remain here. That thunder from Castrum Kremnos we wait to hear.
Alright, now I can just warp back to the house. The suite. Mighty?
Outlanders? No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos. If all goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Amphorius.
Reflecting on the past and moving forward toward the future. A challenge I've faced as well. Though we never had a chance for deep conversation, after all we've experienced together, you are also an ally of the Trailblaze, Mighty.
That means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads. How about you let me guess what's on your mind?
I guess he will say something inspiring, sentimental, or nonsensical. I'm going nonsensical.
Are you gonna say something insane again, Trailblazer?
Sob, what are we going to do without you? Just smile if you don't know how to respond.
Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling that you have a great significance for the future of Amphorius. With this departure, fear that I will never again return. Can I entrust you both to watch my back? And to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence?
Rest assured, we'll do everything we can.
You have my gratitude. Then, farewell.
Hold on.
Yes?
Let's at least snap a photo together to capture this moment, shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
March 7th wants this. Looks pretty good. What do you think, Mighty?
Well, feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos. But this one, it's pretty good.
You're pretty good, kid. I never failed to impress. I'm glad you like it. Make sure not to leave any regrets behind.
I wish the same for you during your time in Amphorius.
Head down to the market. What are you doing here?
The prince is here! Run! Hold on!
Kremnos isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Amphorius.
What's going on?
Bid farewell to Akama.
We salute the guardian of Amphorius.
We salute you. Farewell, savior of Kremnos.
It's been a...
I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak off without a word with me?
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time. I think I see more than just the Kremnoans here.
Triumph always be yours, King of Kremnos.
You're not. I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation? All right. It's about time for us to part ways. Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiment.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
You know what? You sound just like Aglaia at this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions? Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mightimos.
No need to thank me. This triumph brings no delight, nor does it signify closure. You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster. And I can't even ascertain their demise. Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. This should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out, and no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. And make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
I will keep that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the Kremnoan warriors in my absence. They will undoubtedly face challenges while assimilating into Akama. It is my sole regret that I cannot stand by them during this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me. And, while I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the Kremnoan language is really missing that many words.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary, but if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library. I'll be on my way, Deliverer. Remember to stay alive till the final act.
Yes. Same goes for you. Don't die too easily. May triumph always be yours, Midamos.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Well... who knows?
Okay.
Get up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training. Let's wrap it up for now.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it, Midamos?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son. For Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Midamos. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you into the Sea of Souls. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role, that of your mother, Midamos. Your guardian.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected. Krateros said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her face. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight. I always anticipated the sequel to that dream, believing she had more words of wisdom or guidance to offer. But now, I think I finally come to understand. That is all she wished to tell me. And now, I too am left with but one role. It is time for this journey to reach its end.
Look! Midamos is back!
We've got fresh pomegranate juice. Want to try some?
Welcome back.
I'm gonna take another short break. We're back again. I don't know how close to the end we are, but...
How was your training?
Ooh, say, come and check out what I just wrote.
That guy sounded silly.
Mightyos! Did you just come back from train?
It's
I'm gonna
been a
beat you
while.
at the
Are these his, like, old buddies?
Welcome home, Mightyos. Have you found something?
Is that the swordsman?
The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood! The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood!
4931 of the light calendar, month of balance, Nikador, the Strife Titan, Lance of Fury fell. Mightymost, king of Kremnos, triumphed over the child and new god was born. On the following day, the Kremnoan dynasty, which had lasted for 1,000 years, came to an end. It seems like, from what his dad said, that it wasn't a normal dynasty because the next guy just took it by power a lot of the time. And that would usually mark the start of a new dynasty.
Sunlight and the wind of Akama. This was your favorite spot, wasn't it, Trianne?
Lady Trianne, why did it have to end up like this?
Take it easy, Cass. Departure is a part of life. It's just that ours isn't as tumultuous as it is for ordinary folks. When we started our journey, Yanis had already provided their prophecy. Just like how that Titan divided themselves to create the countless passages in the world. It's only natural for us to follow the same path since we inherited their destiny.
If you don't mind, Tribbie, are you still willing to unveil that past for us? The past regarding the prophecy?
What do you seek to learn, Snowy?
Mightymost has left the city to face his own fate. That is, the fate of every demigod. We will all eventually let go of our past to follow the same path as his. So, what I want to know is, as Amphorius' first demigod, what compelled you to take the first step on this journey? And what has sustained you to make it this far without looking back? Despite the fracturing of your body and the numerous departures you have endured.
All right.
Teacher, are you sure about this?
Dee is already doing what he has to do. What reason do we have to keep it from them? Let's go, everyone. Let's go to the Abyss of Fate and see how it used to be.
Count me in.
That's great. Thank you. Trinan, would you mind?
Tribbie, are you not coming with us?
I want to stay here with Trianne for a bit longer.
I see. We'll be off then.
Since you have made your decision, then let's proceed as you wish. See you later, teacher.
Cass, are you not going with them?
No. I'd prefer to remain here to accompany Lady Trianne. She hated being alone.
What's this?
A little gift that I had hoped to deliver to her personally. Though fate had other plans.
Oh. So you saw us arguing that day?
Yes. I figured Lady Trianne would like it a lot, so I bought it.
I see. Cass. You know, I recognized it immediately that day. It truly is an authentic piece from Yanisopolis.
Then why?
It's just that Trianne had forgotten far more things than I. For example, she forgot that this glass object meant something unfortunate according to the traditions of our homeland.
I'm sorry, Lady Tribbie. Should I...
No need to apologize, Cass. At that time, I simply didn't want her to be trapped by our past, especially considering how much time had passed since we left home. But now... it might just be the perfect gift for Trianne.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. While you and I have long accepted this absurd fate, they remain fresh and inexperienced. Teacher, don't let the weight of that cruel prophecy crush their spines.
But it would be even more cruel if we allow them to ignorantly fall before the gates of the new world. They will eventually need to know the truth. We just need the right opportunity. This, to me, feels like the right opportunity.
So, this is how the Temple of the Three Fates looked back in the day.
At this point, Ionissopolis still resides under Aquila's protection. Yet it is already fated for decline, and only contains a beautiful facade.
Is it because Amphorius has entered Era Bellica?
Yes, strife remains distant from this part of Amphorius right now. But in 5 years' time, at the same entry hour, this temple will become the source of another war.
Then, where are you at this time?
Right over there.
Why does she look somewhat different?
It's because we don't quite recall how we used to look.
Oh, my apologies.
Please don't. We should be the ones apologizing. Come, everyone. It's time to witness our last conversation with Orynyx.
You're here, Orynyx.
Wait, I can understand the Titan
This
language
is our
now?
memory. So your senses are also aligned with the Tribbios of that moment.
You still consume yourself for that false prophecy.
False prophecy, huh? So you still think that way?
Even if Kefali has fallen, they would never guide humans to kill their own comrades. So stop while you still can, Tribbios. Spreading the prophecy will only kindle disaster. That disaster will tear you into 1,000 pieces.
But the black tide has already arrived, and Yanis remains in slumber. If even the god of passages, known for guiding mortals, cannot resist this catastrophe, then what can we do against the incoming destruction?
Do not get involved with the core flames. If you do that, you can still remain chosen by fate.
Those chosen by fate would never have their family taken from them. And how can I alone remain safe and secure while watching the entire world crumble before my eyes?
This might be our last conversation, Orynyx. I will do everything I can to protect you from the black tide.
The family she just mentioned.
It's our mother. She fell from the spot into the valley a long time ago. It was during a grand ceremony held to seek Yanis's guidance, but things took an unexpected turn. It was Kefali who responded instead.
Did something go wrong with the ceremony?
Yes, but those two occurrences were in fact unrelated. Kefali's response was simply a coincidence on that frosty night with treachery abound. As the holy maiden of Yanissopolis met her demise, the world-bearing titan also fell in another corner of the world. Let's keep up with her. This story... she should be the one to tell it.
That thing ahead.
It's the altar of Talantin. But that's not our destination. We're heading to the left.
This place used to be passable.
targeting.
I never thought there would be such a hidden space in the Abyss.
This is the Archive of Prophecies. An important...
Is this Giannis's maze that Trinon used for divination in the past?
Not only that, it also serves as a lock. Our childhood abode lies sealed within.
This is the largest puzzle I've ever laid eyes on. And it even acts as a door lock. Should have expected something like this in the homeland of puzzles, I suppose. So, how are we going to solve it?
Just follow the designated path and let the stone ball fall into the pool twice.
Seems pretty straightforward. Even Mighty might be able to complete it in a single...
How could you talk smack about Mighty behind his back?
That's not talking smack. Mighty. If he were still here, we'd probably take a lot fewer detours to solve our issues.
Enough with the talking. Let's just get started.
Press and hold the button to navigate the rewinding power and rotate the maze. During the rewind, let go of the button and the maze will spin in the opposite direction. Find gravity with the maze's spin to guide the stone orb out of the maze.
Impressive.
One of the
You do
encryption
have the
keys
makings
has
of
been
a high
locked and the
priest
confusion
now.
rumbles. Opening, becoming a new path. Let the stone ball fall into the pool once more to open the hidden door.
Getting that stone ball to the endpoint looks pretty tough. My hands are shaking.
Some special walls will move in a set pattern. Use the right timing to take advantage of their traits to move the stone orb.
You can just from looking at it.
Oh, messed that up. Perfect. Fine.
The secret door is open.
Go inside, and you'll see the place where we grew up.
Inspection complete. Nothing suspicious.
Impressive. Impeccable precision.
Okay.
No danger detected. But never let your guard down.
Ten. Oh. I need to... One, two. I'll save this one later. Okay.
You grew up in a place like this.
By the time we were born, the role of the Holy Maiden had already diminished to a mere title. Those in tune with the Titan's guidance are bound to become messengers for others. To maintain appearances, those in authority added some embellishments. And with Mother around, our childhood wasn't entirely without joy.
Even so, I still find it hard to imagine.
20 years can go by in no time.
Trinon, for most people, 20 years is a long period of time.
Right. Becoming a demigod sure changes how one lives through time. It's hard to believe it's been so long. Your power is exceptional, Little Gray. This place looks exactly as before. Let's explore the room a bit.
There's a blackboard here. What's that drawing on it?
That doesn't ring a bell. It should be something we invented during those 10 years.
Those 10 years?
It has been approximately 10 years between Kefali's prophecy and this moment when we are about to set out. We were raised in this temple complex and had never stepped outside the gate of infinity. To understand the outside world, we spent much of our time acquiring knowledge and developing a few inventions along the way. Sadly, the inventions served no purpose except to deliver letters, and the knowledge we gained has all faded away by now.
There's so many boxes here.
These should be our belongings. What's this?
A red glass fragment?
I've seen this type of glass before.
We were still very young the first time we saw it. Mother came back with a beautiful glass piece, but her face was streaked with tears. She simply placed it on the table. It looked so sparkly that we couldn't resist playing with it, but we ended up breaking it by accident. Mother didn't get angry. She simply held us quietly for a long time. It wasn't until we were older that we learned in Yanisopolis, if someone gloriously died for destiny, the Holy Maiden must pick a piece of glass from the volcano's quarry and polish it, then give it to the deceased's family. On the day Mother returned with the glass, her friend lost his life on the battlefield. Since he had no family left, Mother had to keep it herself. Later, on the eve of the ritual, Mother also gave us a beautiful piece of glass. Let's move on to the bedroom.
See what this does. Mama, look at this. It kept going wrong, but I finally made one that works. Is this a music box? Tribbie, you're so talented. Now, whenever I'm telling you a story, you can have beautiful music playing in the background. I'm still not as talented as you, Mommy. You can take a whole block of redstone and slowly carve it into crystal clear, a work of art. Next time I want to make a pair of gloves. That way you won't hurt your hands next time you're polishing rocks, Mommy. Silly child. I was scared of hurting my hands. Why would I not just ask the old folks at the temple for a pair of gloves? Honestly, you mustn't fuss over me. Just make sure you eat plenty, practice your reading, and read lots of stories of influence. Nothing makes Mommy happier than seeing you grow and thrive. I have eaten plenty, and I've practiced reading lots, but the stories, there's still lots that I can't read yet. Ah, so that's what you're up to. You were making this music box to slack off so Mommy would read you more stories, right? You sneaky thing. Looks like I won't be reading you any more stories of Zagreus for a while. Well then, what story should we read today? The Golden Apple Beauty Contest, the story of King Mikas, Gorgo and the Lion. You've heard them all lots of times, haven't you? I don't mind. I'll never get sick of them as long as you're reading them to me, Mommy. Try to find some lighthearted children's literature among the mountain. Okay. Okay.
It's Tribbio's.
Just as expected. It's time to get going after all. Mama, are you going to that ritual tomorrow?
That's right, my sweet girl. What's the matter?
I wish I could go too. I have something to ask Yanis.
Oh. What do you want to ask?
I want to know how to chase the black tide away.
Ah, I see. Unfortunately, it's a secret ritual, and only I can preside over it.
Oh?
If you want me to consult the Titan on your behalf, you'll have to promise me something.
What is it?
Be a good girl and go to sleep now. And whatever you dream of, don't be afraid. Just sleep through the night until morning comes. Until the next time Aquila opens their eyes. Can you do that for me, sweetie?
That's it? Of course I can! Tribbios is the most amazing holy maiden of Yanis! Well, little holy maiden. But why, Mama?
Because this ritual might take a long time.
How long?
Tomorrow, my sweet child. I'll be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next tomorrow. If not, the tomorrow after that. But if I still haven't returned for a very long time, that means the ritual has succeeded. It means I found a way to chase away the black tide and reach the new world on the other side. But for various reasons, I can't return to bring my sweet girl with me.
Oh?
But I'll be waiting for you there. As long as you stay brave and kind, we'll meet again in that new world. It's the end of the West Wind, the black tide's other shore. A radiant sea of flowers, blessed and protected by the gods. In the rosy horizon, you'll see a silver-white shoal. It marks the end of your voyage. A haven, free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. That is where I'll be, waiting for you.
Wow, that sounds just like the island from my dream. Oh, I know. I'll turn the moon into a ship and the stars into sails to go find Mama. Pinky promise?
Pinky promise. As long as you sail toward tomorrow. As long as the sun will rise for the next day, our wishes will come true together.
If the final murmurs of the Titan are true, if such a place really exists on the shore beyond the black tide at the end of Genesis, then our promise still stands. Please, wait for me, Mother.
Okay.
After those 10 years of darkness, when Aquila opened their eyes for the last time, we finally set off.
Where did she go?
This way. Now, we'll go through this shelf.
But how? With Yanis's power?
Can the power of passages even go through walls? She hadn't become a demigod yet.
Indeed. We hadn't acquired their power back then.
So, this obstacle, it was simply a mirage?
Yes. The answer is right on the shelf. Go ahead and give it a try.
Okay.
It's a secret passage.
It was a secret passage prepared by the Holy Maiden's supporters for Mother and me as a precaution. And now, it is turned into our passage to escape, just as anticipated.
The path to the temple was in quite a state. Did someone do it on purpose?
No surprise at all. Some people caught on to what we were planning and tried to intercept us, while others were willing to clear the way for the Holy Maiden.
I can't move it. can't climb over it either. Time Titan? Is that you? Someone will help me. Someone will help me.
Just like this.
Is this replicating memories? Or disrupting the space-time dimension?
Regardless of our actions, the past will remain unchanged. It was someone else who helped Tribbios in the actual events of history. We don't remember the details. As for why memory recreated the past to be like this, it must be because it's closer to the answer within our heart.
The passage is now cleared.
I can run up this way too.
Confidence.
Share good fortunes.
Destiny.
Like fireflies until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Another great Firefly battle.
Dreams of a past. Let us dance once more. Set the seas of fate! Let's seize this fine moment. Dream vanished. Every victory is hard won.
Alright, now we'll climb up the stairs.
Ornix. Thank you, nameless god.
Whoa! It looked truly magnificent back then.
Relax. Take it easy.
All these people, they're just civilians, not enemies, correct?
Mostly, but it might not be the case later on.
Hey, little ones. How did you sneak in here?
Shh! Please keep it down. We had to be really sneaky to get in here.
Okay. But what did you sneak in here for?
I heard there's a lovely holy maiden living in the temple, and I want to meet her. I couldn't stop her, so I had to think of a way to sneak her in.
Oh, really? I was here to meet the Holy Maiden as well, but the guard said she had to go somewhere far away today.
Huh? What a bummer. Mommy even asked me to bring her gift to the Holy Maiden.
It's getting late. Be good and go home now, okay?
Okay then. We'll come back next time. Thank you.
By the way they are dressed, the siblings look like civilians living outside the temple. Mother mentioned that when she was a holy maiden, she caught a girl sneaking into the temple to steal the tributes. Stealing from the temple was punishable by death. But that poor girl had no family and just wanted something to eat. So Mother took her outside and even gave her some food. Perhaps these two children are the descendants of that girl from back then.
Perhaps.
Ah, Lady Maiden. Lady Maiden, you need to dress warmer. It's pretty cold out. Let me get you a blanket.
No need to trouble yourself. I'm just going for a quick walk.
All right, but please take care of yourself. Your mother made us promise to look after you before she left. It's been a while since I last saw you. I just realized you've grown into such a beauty. Just like your mother. Oh, here, have some of my sweet pastries. She used to enjoy them, so maybe you'll like them too.
Okay.
What's wrong, Lady Maiden?
I'm fine. It tastes really good.
This lady is Mother's old friend. When we were little, we sometimes got to eat the sweet pastries she brought back. We've always remembered the familiar taste, and only now do we learn where it came from.
Hey, activated the fragment of recollection. Hey, that person in the rags headed towards the temple just now. Guess who that was? Judging by their clothes and the fact that I don't really recognize them, probably a refugee seeking solace here? That man is the King of Bolsa, former Lord of the City. How? How can that be? He's skin and bones. The breeze on the bridge almost blew him down into the ravine just now. They don't look anything like a king. But Bolsa that worships Aquila, the city of gentle breeze. The battle between Nicador and Aquila waged for many years. I hear that the people of Bolsa have a long-held grudge against the Kremnoans. How do you know him then? That king came to Janisopolis a few years ago, before you had taken office. He knew that Bolsa was no match for Castrum Kremnos and came in search of a prophecy to save his city. Sir Acolyte told him that if he gathers many allies and treats them well, that he will be able to overcome the sharp edge of the Blade of Fury. The King of Bolsa trusted every word, returned to his city, and distributed his wealth to win over many small neighboring cities. The king was convinced that he now had nothing to worry about. Who could have imagined that when Castrum Kremnos did attack, all of the small neighboring cities that had received his blessings were so scared of the Blade of Fury that they all rushed to surrender. They even coughed up all of the gifts that the King of Bolsa had given them and offered them to the Kremnoans as a sign of their loyalty. Okay, the city of Bolsa fell in daze. The poor King of Bolsa, to see a man that cared for the city and the people fell so far, well, that's all because of his blind faith in the prophecy, isn't it? Shh. Do you want the Holy Maiden guards to add you to the list of slanderous remarks? Go back to your posts. At least there weren't too many cities that were dragged into the strife of the Titans like Bolsa was. Let us hope that these days of peace will remain across the majority of Emporius.
Please stay clear.
Okay.
Apologies, Lady Maiden, but the Yanis Vault is under maintenance today.
Perfect. That way, no one will disturb me while I'm talking to Mother.
All right then. May Yanis guide your path.
The Yanis Vault?
It's where Yanis's heart lies, and the core flame is kept. Just enter on the left. It's also the place where Tribbios was born.
No danger detected. But never let your guard down.
Tribbios. What does that name actually mean?
The one with 3 lives. Mother believed our birth was blessed by the 3 titans of fate. She named us thus to express her gratitude. Looking at how things have unfolded. Finally, the Yanis vault is right ahead. Inspection complete.
Finally getting to our destiny.
At long last.
Tribbios, you come.
I knew there was some sanity left in you, Yanis. Just as I thought, you too have been confined. No, Yanis, I've come here to take on your fate. By the blood of the Lamb and the strength of my blade-wielding right hand.
Blood of the Lamb, wow.
I am Tribbios, the listener, the announcer, and the witness of the prophecy. I, the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis, the Walker of the Infinite Paths, have come forth to assume your duty.
The one who guides the world shall see their soul shattered into 1,000 fragments, akin to glass crashing upon the ground.
Just as I wished. This journey promises to be a long one. With 1,000 selves to accompany me. I'll never be lonely. No matter. My hands are not made for bearing arms. But my feet are destined to embark on a journey for the benefit of all.
Yet the flame chase is a journey of constant loss, among which even life itself holds little value. Time decays the heart, passages shatter the body, and the scales weigh the separation until the end draws near. The one who bears 3 lives, art thou truly prepared?
Without a doubt, Titan. Let the prophecy shatter me, so that I may open a myriad of paths for this imperiled world.
Thus it shall be. Overthrow the gods, return the core flames, inherit divine authority, forge godly miracles, kill Goborn, kill kin, mourn our fate, bury the spirits of gods, nourish the land with divine essence. Yet thou shalt remember. All shall bid farewell to one, that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is destiny.
I understand, Yanis. Thank you. Now, may you rest well. Did you see that? I have assumed my duty and stand ready to set out. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity, and thus
We shall sweep apart Amphorius' pitch-dark fog. May we... May the world follow the myriad paths trodden, and reunite at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. Mother, I shall see you tomorrow.
Who dares lay hands on the core flame? Drop your weapon and surrender at once!
I knew this would come.
It's opening up! Move aside and get ready! The Holy Maiden?
Great Maiden, what prophecy have the Fate Titans shown you regarding the fate of Bolsa City? The prophecy was spoken thusly. Though I never have met the gaze of 10,000 eyes, I will fight against the blades of 10,000 enemies. The gentle breeze shall be devoured by the roaring waves. The foolish king bathes himself in riches, only to purchase the life as a drifter of a conquered nation. Is that all? That is all the Titan said. What kind of a joke is that? The king of Bolsa has traveled a long way for a prophecy on how to save his hometown. Are you saying that we want to send him off with no hope? Ah, Sir Acolyte, you're just concerned that the king of Bolsa will take the large amount of money he paid in his desperation, aren't you? Holy Maiden, watch your tongue. This is the holy land of the Corfland of Janus, not Zagreus' den of thieves. There is no need for such outrage. I have long since lost the so-called prophetic rights of the Holy Maiden. According to our agreement, I am solely responsible for listening to the word of the Titans. I have never overly pried into how it is that you manipulate these prophecies. However, on the basis of our decades-long friendship, I must give you a word of warning. Do not give people false hope under the guise of prophecy. Otherwise, fate will place the responsibility for the city's destruction on your head. I do not wish to be torn to shreds by the countless mourning dead when you cross the River of Souls. I would implore you to act with caution. I understand what you are saying, Mortis. However, the Temple of the Three Fates cannot spread despair. You know that I must act for the sake of Janus Hoppins. Although, the fact that you still consider our former friendship, I must admit I am surprised. Work on the secret tunnel that I promised you is almost complete. If they attack soon, you will be able to escape with your children. I will cover you from the shadows. It's just, it must be soon. As you know, I am not a young man anymore. I can already see Thanatos' shadow before me. May Janus guide your path, Codex. Do not give people false hope under the guise of prophecy. Perhaps that is something that would be beyond even me. Face the holy city's guards together with Tribbios.
What's happening here? Lady Maiden, where's the thief who stole the core flame? Look at what she's holding, you buffoon! She is the thief! Take your positions in front of your arms! We're taking back the core flame!
Bring it on!
What?
Come forth, loyal guards. At least do it properly. Pierce me in the chest.
What are you scheming?
This is your last chance. If anyone wants to earn a promotion and rise through the ranks, I'm right here. You all know who I am. Go ahead. However, if there's still any loyalty within you, step aside for the Holy Maiden. Otherwise, by the decree of the Holy City's Codex, anyone who dares to harm the Holy Maiden shall face execution!
Captain, what should we do? Do it. kill her! If any of you want to get rich, then come with me. Take this traitor's head and wealth will be ours!
We can't just stand by and do nothing. Let's move, partner.
No holding back. Share good fortunes.
Stand in position.
Attack!
Dreams do come true.
That's all you got?
Like fireflies,
Lynching
until everything burns to ashes!
Launching Harmony Trailblazer.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Launching Fuse.
Dreams of a Let us dance once more.
Launching Galley.
Nice like a good brew. Full, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
And we got what was left.
Firefly type full set to
Annihilate.
see some grace!
How's that possible? Could the Titan actually be on her side? That woman is the traitor!
I should go.
Let's keep up.
The path is opening up for me. Oh, Yanis, protect me.
Firefly Type 4, activate! Filthy rat, you'll die for defiling the core plane! Battle. Detonate!
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
That's all you got?
Like fun till everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Fight to live! I will claim victory set to the seas of flame!
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I
Dreams
will
of a
claim
past.
victory for myself.
Let us dance once more.
They got annihilated.
Every victory is hard won.
The main path is likely well guarded. What do I do? Just as I thought. Inside! There are guards here too. Don't alert them. Oh, no soul.
Don't flip it yet, I guess. Alright, this wasn't ready yet.
Long last.
Should we open this up first?
A creature of the Holy City Guards.
But I'm already so close!
This should be the last fight. We have to help her get through. But I don't get it. This has been puzzling me for a while now. Who has been aiding Tribbios in her escape?
Logic in Amphorius isn't adding up.
Well, history might be blurred by memories. Seeing how the whole city is hunting her down, she clearly had no allies. If she pulled it off alone, were we too involved in this process?
Tribbios had been on her own since she entered the vault. But what did we truly mean to her? You'll find that answer at the end of this memory.
In that case, let's focus on the mission at hand now. Let's do this, everyone!
There'll be a way. Share good fortunes.
Detonate!
Until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Firefly set the seas ablaze!
Nice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves! The confidence.
This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
Ooh, took him out.
No holding back. Clouds scattered. Dreams of a past life. Let us dance once more.
Set the seas ablaze!
Finally, beyond this gate awaits a boundless world. This is where my journey begins. God of passages, can you see me? I will complete the path that you started. No response after all. Yanis, may you have a good dream. I can't stay here much longer. It's time to leave.
Well, looks like this is the end of the memory.
Not yet. It's a question that has been puzzling you. She's about to reveal the answer.
But nothing happened. What was making her or you hesitate at this? If she had known this flame-chased journey, would she still have chosen?
I think the answer is already within you. And you've made your own decision.
What? You can...
Not real. She can neither see nor hear. Yet she knew that one day, someone would return to unveil this dust-covered memory. We can never know for sure who helped us back then. But that kindness was forever engraved in our hearts, motivating us to move forward.
Okay.
Time has modified this memory into a special letter, so that we do not forget our original intent. It's a letter written by Tribbios of the past and sent to her future self. In this memory, it is Tribbios of the future who overcomes all difficulties for her and sends her on a long journey toward the tomorrow where we are.
Yes, you'll remember it all. And then find your way back to the gate where everything began. Here, I will set sail toward the distant horizon. Here, you have traveled far on your way home. Such is the maxim that unveils Tribbios' fate. You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither on the soil of foreign lands. So, If you ever feel lost, return to this place. I'll keep this memory here for you. Or for me, to embrace it again.
Worry not. The loss is something we've grown used to. Our resolve and our pledge are what Tribbios will never forget. Each one of us has never failed to remember. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. Among which, even life itself holds little value. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain, like my mother and I.
The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit, just as my blade-wielding right hand is not a hollow formality.
Surmount the myriad passages of Yanis, and we will once again
ride the west wind and let the wings carry us far away.
So, this is your answer?
That's right. In the name of the three fates, I stand by my answer with no regrets. Now, with or without the gods' blessing, I run towards the world's agony. If I can truly pierce through the utter darkness,
we will meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring.
Lady Tribbie, do you still think that everything will be fine tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what Trianne would say as well.
With all due respect, Lady Tribbie, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, that's not a lie. See you tomorrow is the greatest prophecy in the world.
Prophecy?
Listen, in every corner of this land, every heartbeat carries a prayer for that prophecy to come true. It may be that only a few heroes will bring tomorrow to the new world, but the prophecy of leading everyone to tomorrow belongs to all in Amphorius.
But not everyone has the chance to see tomorrow. How can such words be called a prophecy?
Because people believe it will come true, and they are trying hard to hold on to that belief. Even as the world teeters on the brink of collapse, everyone is pressing forward, longing to reach farther and move toward tomorrow. And that is why a holy maiden exists to lead the world toward tomorrow. And why Yanisopolis' prophecy unfolds as passages. Fate is not about the outcome, but the journey. It's not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but rather the paths that lead beyond the gate, where people tread toward the sea of flowers. So, Cass, if anything is troubling you, just set it aside for tomorrow. There's no difference between demigods and mortals. The troubles we encounter can only be resolved by our future selves. Reflect through the long night. Wait for the dawn as you think, then set off at daybreak. The hesitant part of us will be left behind in the dark, while the determined side of us will know no fear, because that's how Tribbios has journeyed so far to spread the prophecy. Beck beckoning the morning sun, and the tomorrow it promises to bring. We will now continue the journey and face our destiny. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity. And thus, we shall sweep apart Amphorius' pitch-dark fog. And at the end, all will reach that silver-white shoal. That end of the journey, that new world and new tomorrow. It is a haven free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. We've made a promise to meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. See you tomorrow, Brienne. See you tomorrow!
Child of humanity, surely you are not waiting for the arrival of night.
Nights do not fall upon Akama.
That's why it's futile for you to wait here.
Honestly, I didn't expect the renowned Reason Titan to behave like this.
And that's all thanks to you. If your soul weren't as prickly as a hedgehog, I wouldn't have to act this way. If you were more accommodating, you wouldn't be opposing me all the time, and I could teach you more freely instead.
It was you who insisted on implanting the core flame in me. Forget it. Cut the sarcasm and just say what you need to say.
Fine, fine. All I want is to remind you. There's not much left in your soul. If you don't do something soon, I will have to take over this body.
If I'm not worried, why should you be? I know what you're planning. You just want my help answering the question. What exactly are we? Correct?
It's good that you remember. Thus, equivalent exchange. It's only fair.
Then rest easy. The answer will soon be revealed, and you'll have to return my body shortly.
Is that true?
Certainly. I initially thought this extremely frail state would hinder me from getting my body back. But I didn't expect the answer to be right within it. That saved me a lot of trouble. I don't even need the black-robed swordmaster's ceremonial blade.
That's certainly worth celebrating.
Regrettably, I can't carry out the upcoming experiment alone.
The girl who's walking with death, is she fully prepared?
Be patient, Titan. If we're always so guarded, how can death reach us easily?
Unfortunately, on behalf of Okima, I must ask you to slow your pace.
I forgot about you. My apologies.
A child's words are always carefree. I'll just dismiss these words as nonsense from a cheeky child. Come now, conceited performer. It's time to address your relationship with that Titan.
What if I refuse?
Provocation will only tip Talantan's scales further toward your demise. There's no need to go to such lengths.
Oh, monster neither human nor divine. Don't forget that you won't dare kill me. If you snuff out the core flame of reason, what else can you use to stand against the Council?
Do you two mind if I cut in?
I warned you. Do not interrupt me.
I just have been meaning to ask. Does death really matter to you?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, before I implanted the core flame into your heart, you were already a silent, cold corpse.
I'm back. Finally have a moment to catch my breath. Want to chat, Chuckly Fun? It's unusual to see Mem isn't with you. Let Mem rest. They've had a tiring few days. No idea, I can't control Mem. Don't worry, they're inside the ball. Let's not joke about monsters in your pockets. Since they're not here, let me ask you, are you really sure you want to take on the trial of Ornyx's core flame on behalf of the Chrysos heirs? It's about time for me to level up. We've ended up at this point after all. This is probably a fate that Trailblaze can't evade. Boy, we have that chest right behind him. It's so obvious. You should be extra cautious and watch out for yourself. Based on the experiences of those before you, the trial is no walk in the park. But what concerns me even more is that you'll further bind yourself to Amphorius. If you truly assume that Titan's of divinity, do you believe that you'll be able to lay it down again? Forget it. We'll deal with that when the time comes. No matter what happens, I'll be right there with you. Thanks, bro. Oh, how sweet. Or where were you earlier? Okay. I got held up by two people in guard uniforms and ended up missing Trian's farewell ceremony. They said they were messengers of the Council of Elders and wanted to verify my identity. But I suspect we've been on their radar for a while, and they only made their move when you and I got separated. Their questions were quite specific, from how we arrived in Akama to our relationship with each Chrysos heir. They even asked about what we did in the market. Luckily, those pawns aren't the brightest. I managed to brush them off with most of their questions, so they'll probably leave us alone for a bit. The Council of Elders, are they the bad guys? Looks like undercurrents are roiling in Akama. Is this foreshadowing for the next version? Their conduct is certainly irritating. But on second thought, Aglia also initially kept up her guard with us. It's best not to provoke either side until we know the full truth. The only thing we know for sure is that some elders of the council aren't happy with the Chrysos heirs. In the worst case scenario, we could be caught up in the internal conflicts of the Holy City. That's my favorite episode. If only we had more time to sort through the clues about the Black Tide. But now, the weather isn't the only lovely thing left. Let's take some more pictures. Huh? What's going on? Something wrong, Don Hung? Ah, the memory card is full. I bet March and the others are pretty worried too.
And so, this long day passed for Akama. Some people arrived, and some left forever. Just like every other day of this journey, where we, stumbling, move forward. We have long been prepared. If we are to chase the flames, then we must grow used to farewells. And yet, no one back then could foresee death. Its arrival would always be so sudden and so momentous. Even little Gray, coming from beyond the sky, could not escape the Reaper's two hands. And what people gained and lost in that trial of death was far heavier than life itself. Just like the destiny that the prophecy revealed for Cass at the end of the Sea of Flowers. The souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
Okay, wait, did I miss something there? Stay tuned to find out what happens in the upcoming installment. Alright, I think we're done. Boy, that was a long time. Alright. Let's get out of here. Dandelion Days is doing a special event. That might be worth reading.
Jin can even attest. I basically looked at him and went, "So are we doing this?" "Yep." "Okay, cool. Just for full disclosure, I have no idea what I'm doing."
I gotta take one. Yeah, Viper, do you want to raid out to the same target? If you're raiding out, Viper, would you like me to raid your target with you?
I'm not.
Oh!
She's reading out.
I see! Have a lovely rest of your evening then, Viper.
That means you raid Viper.
You don't tell her! You don't tell!
I'm about to BRB and go use the restroom.
Lily, you're not.
Sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Get a low $449 per month lease on the all-new Nissan Murano.
Are you hungry? I think the Saint of Six Stomachs is an avid mouthwash enthusiast. If I put my ear up to his wall and listen closely, sometimes I can hear a gurgle.
This looks good.
You are new. Hello, new. Oh, Yothara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are being chilling. It's just me and Agent Karma left. You're the best around. I'm gonna ever take you down. Stackle Fox, hello. We were playing crab game. I just knocked a guy out in one shot. Cause I'm that cool. What were you streaming? Hello, hello. Ah! Okay, thank you. I'm nuking Y Guy. Honkai Star Rail new patch. I haven't played Honkai Star Rail in a while. I got through like the mining planet, I think. Pause. Pause what? What are you pausing? Go away. I don't want to play this game no more. Zam. Oh, cancel out. I'm scared. I'm scared. New planet is more Greek and includes elements of tragedy.